Greetings out there in YouTube land from the planet Earth. You know, you talk about the site I write on for Jesus, okay? And I tell you, I'm giving you a sample. See, I put up other people like Ray's video up there, right? Something with a message that I can dig, it's real. And I'll put up poetry sometimes. I'm not the best, but hey, I put some other people's poetry. That I see there are brothers and sisters writing some really sweet stuff for Jesus out there. Some good poetry out there. Take a look here. Did I cut any corners? The peace deal is about to be signed and the third temple will go up soon. So what matters most to you now? Right? Satan's walking here among us already. You know that. And if you don't, you're way behind the times, man. He's waiting for that building to be done. He's encouraging its building. Have you figured out? Are you that slow? He wants to go in there and say, hey, man, I'm God. But he's got to hurry it up. Come on. I'm ready to go. Let's go. Do you think Satan's impatient? But he's biding his time, he's doing his thing, and you all just walking around, busy yelling at each other, playing your little games, talking your sweet cotton candy abundance bullshit, and that's what it is. Because I'm keeping it real here. I'm keeping a warning message, and guess what? This ain't no porn site, this is God wanted me to work. And guess what? People are taking it. It may not be many at a time. Some messages get through to some they take it later and they don't know until the next day. It's when the people are on. It's a global planet. And when you got like mega millions, over 10 million on at any given time, roughly, it's hard to keep up with them. So somebody will see it now and they see it later. It doesn't really matter. I keep them going, and others are as well. Because what matters most to you right now? This little petty fighting that you're doing among each other, which seems to be more important than anything else. Pointing out little micro slivers in people's eyes when you got logs in your own, huh? Where I've seen a lot of that. Side shooting at each other in videos, snipping like little toddlers. It really offends me. It makes me want to vomit. What matters most? The temple's about to go up. The clock is ticking. I've been telling you, God's got a clock. None of you want to listen. And whether you're ready or not, when the time comes, either you're on his side or you ride the slide. That's all that's going to matter. Most of you don't even know which side you're on right now, the bickering you're doing. You can't even tell. You should be ashamed of yourself. Are you a child or are you a warrior of God? Because those in the milk of the word are unskilled in righteousness and babes. You're useless to the Lord. Now when he needs workers in the field, it's only those in the need of the word that can discern between good and evil. Now they are the ones who will be partying with Jesus after. They're the ones that are working the field, while most of you are sitting on your asses and have to be retrained the basics from the oracles of God. You were supposed to be teaching, but now you've been sitting on your brain so long you're useless to the Lord. You can't handle meat, you gotta be spoon-fed the basics, milk again. And those on the milk are unskilled in righteousness. So you may be older, but you're still useless to the Lord as a babe. Because he needs workers in the field, people you can count on. When it comes up time to say, hey, take my mark or die, are you going to willing to die for your faith? Oh no, I'll take the mark, I'll repent later. Ain't going to work. But sadly, we know it's coming, right? Because the Lord don't lie with his numbers. And every sheep matters. Well, all some of you do is flap your lips, yelling at each other, putting each other down. I'm just one, but there are many others out there. And they try to make that difference, trying to send that positive message, but keeping it real. You don't lie to people and expect them to know the time of day. You have to tell them the truth. You have to stand up, and if you know what's going on and you don't tell them, the Lord counts their blood on your hands. You know that. If you do tell them, and whether they listen or not, in the Lord's eyes, your hands are clean, and many of you have blood on your hands. You know it. And many of you are getting even more. You can even speak life or death. And Jesus said this. You speak death, there's a price tag that comes with it. And so many of you have been spewing death out of your mouth. You don't think those side little shots you're taking out of people count as death? God does. Get your thumb out of your ass and your head out of your ass. Look around and smell the coffee, because it ain't the dung you're spewing out of your mouth. You speak death, there's a price tag. You speak life, God smiles. You speak death, he doesn't. And he takes notes. So many of you doing it, thinking you're doing it for God's glory, but it's your own vanity and ego and the wickedness in your heart. God does not live in the heart of wickedness. Go out there and make a difference if you're going to do it. If you're just going to go put each other down, shut the hell up. Because you're useless and you're just causing division in there because you're doing it for your father the murderer. You ain't of us? Get lost. We don't need you. Take a hike. Go serve your master somewhere else. Leave the innocent people alone. I'm sick and tired of you morons sending evil spirits and demons here all the time, every day, interrupting my sleep. We'll have to cast them out because they're going after my cat. They can't bother me, morons. Duh. Haven't you figured it out? You sent so damn many. And I subbed the big-ass ones the other day, and it never bothered me at all. Haven't you figured it out? They can't touch me. I have the Lord's protection. Right? I'm chosen for this time of season to yak at you people in a way that you'll understand, because apparently many of you are thicker than bricks. This is not for the brothers and sisters out there who are right with God and know the time of day. There's many of them too. It's for you morons that are out there causing division, trying to suck these brothers and sisters into that snare of Satan and go bickering back and forth with you. We know the time of day. You're trying to distract them from focusing on God, to get them on your agenda, playing your game to make them look bad like you. You should be ashamed of thinking they have foul gutter minds like you sniveling cowards who whisper in the dark your festering lies for those itching ears. Have you no shame? I'm just a nobody. All I do is lay hands for Jesus. Right? He does all the hard work. I know it. I'm nobody. He's the one doing all the hard work. And here I am. I'm trying to make my little difference, and I am just one of countless. Take a look at Revelation 7:9. Have you no shame? We have a big family, and a lot of them out there doing stuff. Well, all you do is tear people down and insult people. There are other people trying to uplift and encourage us. Like he says, they're trying to share the love of Jesus. Well, some of you just tear them down. All you do is lip service. Then ask yourself, the only thing that comes with you is your works. What works have you? Death and destruction? Tearing each other down? Insulting others? Beating others with a Bible that was... Where do you think you're going? You think you're a sheep, but you don't even know you're a goat. You better look in the mirror and figure out if you're a goat or a sheep, because still is time to turn into a sheep in case you're a goat, because the goats take the left-hand side and ride the slide, while a sheep party with Jesus. Which are you? Because I'm making a difference, and you're all, a bunch of you are out there lying to people, telling them I'm hanging a porn site. Is that like a message, or is that a joke? Because I put words down there that are real that make a difference to people's lives. I don't flap my lips like some of you do to stroke your own egos and vanity. There's not a righteous person on the planet, not even me, after Jesus himself cleaned my heart and fixed my head from all those concussions and that. I don't think the same as a lot of you, and I don't feel the same, and thank God for that. And I'm really offended that some of you even think I could think like you and have those gutter mind thoughts anymore. Not after that. But think on that. I just one of many. And he says there's not a righteous person on the planet. So that includes me. So how can you be full of yourself after having that experience that I had with Jesus and the things I'm doing right here and the things he do with my heart and all that, and I'm not even one that's considered righteous because there's not a righteous person on the planet? What gives you the right to raise yourself up thinking you're better than everybody and start pointing and telling people they're garbage and dung and telling lies about people in the background and insulting? You have no right to insult anybody except yourself, because it's what comes out of a man's mouth that defiles them, not what goes into it. But if you read the Bible, you would know that. And then you see the dung coming out of most of your mouth when you're insulting people, when they're trying to do right by Jesus and God. That is not a follower of Jesus is. See, God is about faith in a personal relationship. You're following some freaked out weird religion or dogma or doctrine of man. That's why you'll never understand God. God is about faith in a personal relationship. When those 3 kids were tossed into the fire, there was no Jesus. But some of you are such thick morons, you can't figure that out. All they had was faith in God and trust in God. That's all. Because there was no Jesus to call on. You have everything else that they never had given to you on a golden platter as a gift. He made it easier for you than it was 3 little children. And what do? You throw it away. What a waste. And you wonder why I weep. And you wonder why I get sick of you. And you wonder why God throws up the lukewarm. He had it all there. You'd rather sit in the fence serving 2 masters, waving the Bible, and thinking you're all that in a bag of potato chips, putting each other down. And you're too stupid to know that you were a sheep, but you turned into a goat from partying with Satan. So you got to ride the slide, right? Because you don't think God's worth the effort to take the time to know. I may not be much, and I never claimed I was, but I'm doing one lost sheep at a time. And I'm trying to live and do the way my Lord says, because guess what, I'm putting word down, because guess what? Following Jesus is a way of life. Not a damn religion, because look at these religions, what do? They're dogmas and doctrines, and what has it gotten them? For foolish people, haven't you even remembered the 7 you keep yakking about? All 7 thought they were hot, but 5 were clearly not. So which one are you in? If your lips are flapping and it ain't praising the Lord, and it ain't uplifting others, we know the time of day, because the love of Jesus don't flow through your hearts. Get your head out of your asshole. Stop flapping your gums if you're one of those people. And and the other ones, leave them alone if they're spreading the word of Jesus. They're doing the work of God. You're doing the work of your Father. We know the tares when we see them. Oh yes, yes we do. And remember, it's only the wheat that makes it to the Lord. The chaff burns away because of the lukewarms. Where do they go? They go to get the oil from the cold. So what good are they for the Lord? Think about it. Bye bye.